The study remained frozen. No one dared to speak. Father's eyes stayed fixed on the imperial envoy as though he'd misheard him. The Empress wishes to see Linglu. The eunuch gave a small, polite nod. Her Majesty has requested Miss Linglu's presence immediately. No explanation. No further details. Just a summons.
When the Empress says, "Come see me," you don't ask, "What time works best?" You start walking.
Father quickly recovered his composure. Of course. It is our family's honor. He turned toward me. His expression was impossible to read. For the first time, there wasn't disappointment. There wasn't anger. There was uncertainty. He no longer knew what was happening, and that frightened him.
Amazing how confident people become when they think they control the story. The moment they don't, suddenly everyone discovers humility.
Across the room, Susanu's face had gone completely white. She lowered her head to hide it, but I noticed. She was terrified.
Good.
Because if there was one person who understood what an imperial summons could mean, it was her. If the Empress had truly begun investigating, every lie she'd carefully woven could unravel overnight. The eunuch smiled warmly at me. Miss Linglu, the carriage is waiting. I bowed respectfully. I'll change into suitable clothing immediately. There is no need. The eunuch chuckled softly. Her Majesty specifically instructed that you come exactly as you are. The room fell silent again. Father's brows knitted together. That instruction carried weight. It meant the Empress wasn't interested in appearances. She wanted answers.
Translation: leave the fancy outfits. Bring the truth.
As we stepped outside, Jinsi hurried beside me. Miss, are you nervous? I looked toward the imperial carriage waiting beyond the gates. The golden phoenix embroidered on its curtains shimmered in the sunlight. Nervous? I smiled faintly.
No.
I've been waiting for this. The journey through the capital was quiet. Citizens stopped what they were doing as the carriage rolled past. Some bowed. Others whispered. Everyone recognized the imperial seal. Inside the carriage, the eunuch suddenly spoke. Her Majesty has always thought highly of your late mother. I looked up. I know. He nodded. Your mother often spoke of you. My chest tightened. Even after 2 lifetimes, hearing someone mention mother still hurt. She believed. The eunuch continued gently. That one day you would become someone extraordinary. For a brief moment, I closed my eyes.
Excuse me while someone starts cutting onions in the imperial carriage.
The palace gates slowly opened. Massive, silent, majestic. Even after living here once before, the sight still stole my breath. Servants lined the pathway. Officials walked with measured steps. Everything was orderly. Everything carried the quiet authority of the empire itself. Eventually, the eunuch stopped before an elegant hall. He turned toward me. Her Majesty is waiting inside. I took one steady breath, then entered. The Empress sat near an open window, calmly arranging flowers in a porcelain vase. She didn't immediately look up. Instead, she finished placing the final blossom before speaking. So, this is Linglu. I bowed deeply. This subject greets your Majesty. Only then did she raise her eyes. Her gaze was gentle, but incredibly sharp. The kind of gaze that seemed capable of peeling away every lie without raising its voice. She studied me for several moments, then smiled. You look just like your mother. My throat tightened. Thank you, your Majesty. She gestured toward the seat across from her. Sit. No interrogation. No accusations. Just
tea. If the Empress offers you tea before asking questions, congratulations. Either she likes you, or she's about to hear a story worth brewing for.
After pouring a cup herself, she asked quietly, Tell me, are you happy in the Li household? Such a simple question. Yet, it nearly broke me, because in my previous life, no one had ever asked. Not father, not brother, not my fiancé, not even myself. They simply assumed. I stared into the steaming tea, then answered honestly. I used to believe I was. The Empress didn't interrupt. She simply listened. So I continued. I believed that if I kept giving, If I kept forgiving, if I kept sacrificing, my family would eventually choose me. A long silence followed. Finally, the Empress sighed. Children should never have to compete for their own family's love. Those words hit harder than any slap I'd ever received.
And just like that, one sentence accomplished what her entire family had failed to do for years. It made her feel seen.
The Empress reached into a small lacquered box beside her. She removed a folded bundle of papers, then gently placed them on the table between us. I've been reading reports concerning your household. My eyes lowered toward the documents. My heartbeat quickened, because I recognized the imperial seal. These weren't rumors. These were official records. The Empress rested one hand lightly on the papers, then looked directly into my eyes. Linglu, I believe someone has been deceiving not only your family, but the imperial court itself. My breath caught, and across the palace, completely unaware of what was unfolding, Susanu was still convinced she could control the story. She had no idea. The evidence was already sitting on the Empress's table.
The next chapter is where the masks really start falling. Once those imperial records are opened, someone is going to realize that every lie leaves footprints, and the palace has been following them all along. Smirking face,